Bonjour mes amis, grüße meine Freunde, hello my friends. This is frENZOne of the Alliance for Loki. So let's go ahead and get a nice link into the Alliance chat to see if we can get some Alliance made and others to jump in. So I always have to go and find this link, which is always buried in the browser. I need to be a little more quick on having a link to this, but okay, there it is. And there it is. Paste into Orange chat. Okay. I guess today is Dreamin' Day because it's the anniversary of Dreamin' joining for Loki. It's a big event. So let's see. Okay. Hello Amino, welcome to the stream. Just going to be doing some basic grinding, just watching line chat, and it looks like it is. Let's see what does Dreamin' say. When your anniversary? Huh. I guess I should remember when exactly I joined for Loki. That way I can remember my anniversary. I think it's been, I don't know. It was definitely trying to remember. Maybe I'm up to 4 months, 5 months. Good evening, Harriet. Welcome to the stream. Glad you can join me. Just trying to do some tier 4 basic tonight. So it's been a pretty good day one. It's interesting looking at map 7. Map 7, yeah, I didn't realize how big a change everything would be. The first thing I did was, my first fight is, it was against a Vision, which was great because I was 2 charges for my Corvus Glaive. Now it's changed to a Heimdall, and even worse, it went from, how was it known, he was stun immune Vision, and so, but now Heimdall was Brawl, but I went in thinking he was stun immune, and so, needless to say, that was quite a bad fight, because, yeah, I was like sort of holding block, just letting him hit me, and then also he was unstoppable. So I think about halfway through the fight, I realized that it was not stun immune anymore, it was Brawl, and I just got wrecked. So my Corvus Glade instantly died, and then after that, I had a Blade and Ghost Rider with me, and so really the rest of my path was very well set up for them. So now I'm on path, what am I on? Path 6 to start, and then I jump over to path 7. No, I can't remember what the path number is, and then path 1. And yeah, I mean, lots of blade action. The best is there's one Spider-Man, there's a Stark Spider-Man on one of the nodes. It's that one where they get 50% evade, and so all I did was just constantly parry him. So I let him run into blade, parry, bleed, gain some energy, and so I kept on doing that until he was pretty far down. Then I think I jumped on with an SB2, and that was the end of him. But yeah, the fights weren't so bad. It's a degen lane, which I just hate. I mean, Ghost Rider and Blade are good because obviously they regenerate, but the degen is just annoying. I mean, you're just sitting there losing health the entire time, and so that's always it's always just annoying that you have to deal with that. But overall, went well. Didn't use a single item. Finished 15 out of 15 items, and yeah, I mean, it was a successful day one. Seems like I was in pretty good sync with everyone else who was running nearby, so they were clearing nodes, I was clearing nodes. So it's sort of nice because, oh, the Incinerate path. Ha! Yeah, that I can imagine. It was all these different paths. I mean, I faced Mephisto, who was sort of an incinerator because of his aura of fire, whatever he has. And man, I love having Void or Iceman. So that was a big change I made today. So I took an Iceman over Corvus Glaive. There's 2 fights in particular. I mean, again, most of the fights I did with Blade, and he just ate all the opponents. But there is one right at the start. I have a Hyperion, and he has the Brawl, and he has Strike Back, and so there's a lot of waiting around for Brawl to end. And I'm always worried that he's going to get SB3 because, of course, he's building up so quick, and then you can't use any of your own specials just because it gives him so much power. And so I took an Iceman today, figuring if I have to eat an SB3, Iceman obviously has that great ability where it only does 5% damage. So I fought Iceman on that note today, and it was great. I mean, he was perfect for that fight. He actually didn't get to an SB3, but still, he just constantly wears down Hyperion, and he always have that sort of in the back in case he does get to that third special. There's also Mephisto, and I mean Blade eats up Mephisto pretty well, but he does take considerable damage. I wasn't quite skilled enough to play around him, so I let Blade do his work, and but he still lost health, and Blade's coming off that degen node too, and so he's already low. So day 1 is okay. I'm just a little worried that day 3 or 4 or 5, it'd be better to have a character like Iceman where I just can not even have to worry about the incinerate and just can fight him. I mean, then it should be a pretty easy fight. But that's good. The Alliance did well on day 7. A couple of surprises. He has that one path where you really need Venom, and oh, look at this. Oh, this is pretty cool. Look at my opponent. I have Silver Old Man Logan, Gold Old Man Logan, and I guess Fire Old Man Logan. The whole Old Man Logan series to fight. Yeah, I mean, poor was it J-Rock? He went in, and oh yeah, it just got absolutely hammered by the Spideyverse because they all have that 50% to evade. I assume on top of the already like high evade champions, so it's been so annoying. But lessons learned. Let's go take. I guess I wonder how many variations of Alliance quests there are. It seems like this is the second one. I would guess. I actually have no idea. 2 or 3 or 4. Keeps things interesting, and yeah. So here I was all psyched to I just ranked 5 my Omega Red, who I just love as a character, and so I had my Suicide Squad all ready for Alliance Quest. I had Corvus, Omega Red, and I was going to use Iceman. But now with the changes in my path, Blade, Ghost Rider, and I mean they're both okay with suicides. Blade though in particular really suffers. He just takes too much damage, and then having to do a degen path on top of that, that's just no way I could keep on running suicides. So my whole big plan, my whole big rank up to get a great champ for Alliance Quest is probably a big mistake, because I think Omega Red is just on the bench now. I still don't regret it. It's super fun. He's just such a cool character. Love regen characters. I could see adding him to my Blade Ghost Rider team, and then I'd have 3 strong regenerators, which, is really good for Alliance Quest. But that Hyperion fight is the only one I'm a little bit wary of without Iceman. I mean, I'm sure at the later days, day 4 and day 5, a special 3 would just be horrible. And dealing with Brawl is just very annoying. So, let's see, what are we up to? Second streak. We'll keep on with the 4 stars. So my new normal pattern in Arena is just to play my 4 stars until I get up to win streak of 3, and then I'm going with my 5 stars. I mean, the points are so low here that without the multiplier, there's no sense in using my 5 stars until it at least gets to 3 times. So what else is going on? There is Alliance War. I think we have another, I'm assuming, another free battle. It's really awesome that, of course, all these other alliances are trying to tank, and I guess we would tank too, but since we're not taking war as seriously, this off-season's been amazing. So, I mean, this might have been like might be a duped, or an unduped Hulk. Rolk would work. Welcome to the channel, Dale. Oh, Rolk. Now I was thinking of Golk. Welcome. Thank you for joining in. Yeah, Rourke. Oh man, someone else was really raving about him in Alliance, because he was just dominating Alliance Quest, one of the paths or some of the champions. Yeah, Incinerate. I guess there's not too many champions who can deal with it well. There's Rourke is probably the best because I think he builds with those charges, and then there's of course Iceman and Void. Void is amazing, of course. It's so funny that ended up being Void's like one immunity. I mean, he's so good. Sorry, just playing around with the mic volume. Just something sounded a little weird. Okay. Um, yeah. So Iceman, Void, Rourke. Trying to think who else. I guess there's a couple of other Incinerate immune champions who are running around there, but not too many. Same with Shock immune. There's not a whole bunch of those either. So they really have to be pretty specific when you're going on those lanes. After having such a good time with Corvus on the first round of map 7, it's sort of strange now to sort of like totally abandon him. But maybe I should try more. He just really didn't seem very good at all on on Brawl. Just too slow a fight for him. Oh yeah, Void, of course. Void is the most amazing Incinerate champion ever. I mean, he just totally ignores it. I love fighting Mephisto with Void. Not only does he ignore the Incinerate of Mephisto, but then of course he's putting on those petrified debuffs and just melting him from within, using his own regeneration against him. Yeah, Void is a great character for anything Incinerate. I'm trying to. I almost brought Void in instead of Iceman. I figured against Brawl he'd be good since they're slow fights, and then he would be really good against the Mephisto, of course, I was just talking about. But I'm trying to still continue to save Void for Alliance War. It's just like yeah, I mean he's my absolute #1 Alliance War attacker. So him and Stark Spidey and Vision are my preferred AW team, and for the path 7, which is what I mostly run. I mean, they've been super solid. I mean, I think even if we go like low item use this next season, I have a lot of confidence that they will be able to okay, just was clear Alliance War. You might get to see some Alliance War fighting. Let me just finish up this arena fight and jump on in, because yeah, it looks like Art just cleared my lane. Man, I have such a good squad. The lower right in section 1, and we just get right to it once Alliance War starts, or Alliance Quest starts. It's really nice. It's really nice having one move quickly and easily. Oh, I'm going to have to take off Suicides though, because I'm going to use Blade. It's against a Venom. If I could keep him on and just use Iceman, but nah. It's like Venom's too good. Hello, Dreamin'. Welcome to the stream. I see you trying to buy a new car. That's super nice. I would recommend what I have, which is the Subaru Legacy 6-speed diesel. And the diesel is really sweet. Oh yeah, you have Void. Oh, so Morningstar and Abomination. Oh, that's perfect for Iceman then, because Incinerate, Poison, and Bleed immune. Yeah, it's like a must for that lane. Yeah, the diesels is so nice. It's such a sweet car, and yeah, look, that's pretty good. Gets a pretty honest 6 liters to the 100 kilometers, which I think is a really reasonable. 6 liters to the 100 kilometers? I don't know. I think that's pretty good. I mean, it's not amazing, but I think it's better than most cars. It's a station wagon, so it's big. I mean, it's sort of like the European SUV. Oh, you don't have these? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. I forgot. You savages in the United States, they're still almost always gasoline. The diesel just has such a good feel to it. It's just powerful, and I don't know, I like the sound of it. It is, yeah, I think the way to go. I don't think I'd have a non-diesel vehicle. But Yeah, I see you're running Ghost in Alliance Quest now. It's amazing. I know it must be really sad for Pete. He really needs a 6-star Ghost more than anything, just so he can run a Ghost in both Alliance Quest and Alliance War both at the same time. I mean, he just has to be full on Ghost all the time. Oh. Yeah, I was just talking about the new Map 7 changes. They're a pretty interesting twist. Man, Brawl is. Oh. Well, actually, I discovered something about Brawl, and that was that when you're both unstoppable, it's really easy to parry him. We'll see it now. Let's go to Alliance Quest and do a battle now with free just to free up everyone else. First, I do have to change my masteries. Got the suicides on. You know, I used to try not to switch my masteries too much more just because it annoys me. Just to spend all this time, like putting in points. Though, after doing the last map 7 with suicides on, because I had Corvus, and then doing all the arena, your bear 4 to 5 liters per 100 kilometers. What is that? Yes. Oh man, yeah, 4 to 5 liters per 100 kilometers. That's awesome. That's really sweet, man. That's good. I think, yeah, I wish my Subaru was like down in like the 5.5 or the or so. I mean, every now and then I get, if I'm driving along the highway, I'll get 5.6, but that's pretty rare. It's mostly like 6 liters to the 100. Yeah, it's expensive to drive a car in Switzerland. I mean, I'm trying to think. I was in the States over the winter vacation, and what are we? We're about $1.80 for a liter. So what is it? Roughly 4 liters in an American gallon. So it's almost 8. Call it 7 francs, so $7 American. So it'd be $7 American per gallon. And then, wow, I can't believe the prices. I think I was seeing $2 per gallon. Oh, it's crazy cheap. I mean, no wonder why there are all these giant vehicles. I mean, it's just amazing how cheap it is to drive in the States. So yeah, I guess you don't have to care so much about efficiency then. But okay, let's get all these deep wounds just so get super blade setup. I've been trying to decide what to do with these points. If I want to, I guess I'll put one in assassins and one in courage. It's always yeah, I don't know. I was thinking about putting 2 in assassin. Can't decide how good a bad assassin is. I feel like when I have 5 out of 5 in assassin, just makes the fights go so much more quickly. Yeah, hybrids are pretty sweet. I mean, I must say, if you're going to try to, well, I guess if you drive around cities a lot and just try to save money. I mean, even though the gasoline is really cheap in the States, I mean, I'm sure it adds up if you're having to drive a lot. I sort of thought about a hybrid, but yeah, I definitely went with diesel. Okay, here we go. We got Venom in Alliance Quest. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully I don't do a disaster and look like an idiot on the stream. Let's see what he's got. Oh yeah, skill champions plus 40. I like that. Brawl and amnesia, whatever amnesia is. Okay, Blade. Time to do your thing. You got dangerous sense. Okay, I better concentrate here so I don't make any big mistakes. No, that's one big mistake. Thank God Unstoppable saved me. Oh man, that was ugly. Oh, he has so many debuffs, I can't see when Unstoppable starts and when it ends. What a pain. Yeah, I just felt like blocking that. Well, okay, that was not Not that great a fight, but the Immortal Blade comes through. The the healing on him is just amazing for Alliance Quest. Just totally prevents him from dying from dumb things. Well, we might as well take on this Angelo over here. See, I can't imagine Art wants her for any reason. Does this Angela have anything I need to worry about? Brawl, of course. Recovery, 100% more health. Who should we use? Might as well go with Blade just because he's already damaged, and yeah, he's got that plus 40%, which is amazing for this round. Okay, here we go. Look at that, so easy to parry them when you have what you call it, the brawl. It's great. Oh, that was a waste. Oh, forgot about the Unstoppable. Whew, okay. That was, I don't know, I felt a little bit out of control, but anytime you finish with 71%, success. I don't think anyone in the Alliance is using Aegon this week. I don't think anyone used him last week, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if... I have really mixed feelings about Aegon. I think, of course, for things like Labyrinth of Legends, I mean, he's absolutely amazing. And then for everything else, he seems okay. I mean, he doesn't have any regeneration. You know, it takes some time to build up his power. I don't think he'd be very good in Alliance Quest. And I don't think I've seen anyone go in with him and say anything about him. So, no. But doesn't mean it's not true. I mean, with the two other battle groups, I don't really pay too much attention with what is going on in them, so maybe there's 10 people running. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, the skill, the plus 40% is pretty attractive. Yeah, you know, I think map 7, for the most part, I mean, some fights require really specific characters, but I think for the most part, you know, you're just sort of clearing lanes and, you know, a lot of champions, depending how skilled you are, I'm sure can do the job quite well. Yeah, I remember when I was thinking about my rank up, I was choosing between Captain America and Omega Red, and someone was just saying how Omega Red was just a superstar. Not Omega Red. What you call it? Captain America was just a superstar for them in Alliance Quest. So yeah, no, I'm sure there's lots of good characters that you know are out there to use. Just depends on what path you're running and how good you are at playing them. Yeah, I haven't really played Aegon too much. I pulled him as a 5-star a while ago, but he's still an Awakened. I do have a skill gem, but I don't really think I'd use him. I don't know, he doesn't interest me too much, to be honest. Of course, now that Nick Fury's coming out and he has to be skill, who knows, maybe he'll be worth a skill gem. If not, I guess I just got to keep on saving the skill gem and just see. I could see potentially using it on Aegon, but not really. I have a bunch of skill 6 stones expiring. I think I have 15 of them. I have to decide who I'm going to put them into. My Korg is pretty high. He's probably like around 130 or 140, so I might just put him in there. And I don't think I'd ever rank a Korg as a rank 5, and he's rank 4 right now. I mean, certainly he's of course great on defense, but he doesn't seem to have, well, he doesn't have any offensive value. And again, with Alliance War sort of being downplayed, I don't know if there's any huge reason. Boy, I was absolutely saved by Daredevil and his signature ability. Just figured he wouldn't throw a signature ability because it's like the slow part of Alliance War, but I was wrong. But thankfully he came through. Yeah, it's smart, Dale. I probably should have done the same, but my theory is always just to sort of rank up quickly as opposed to hang on to characters and wait. You know, I figured at the rate we're getting tier 5 basic now, I mean, I think at best every month you have a new rank 5, and maybe at worst 2 months. And so, you know, there's no sense in waiting too long. You know, gives you good arena points, just gives you another powerful champion to use, and it's fun. I love having rank 5 characters. They just are, you know, the scale from rank 4 to rank 5 feels huge. And they go from like being good characters to just like beasts. It's hard to think about the game when the highest level you had was rank 4 characters, rank 4 5 stars. I mean, everyone sort of was like, oh, these are so amazing. And then when rank 5s came along, they totally changed the scale. We need to get rank 5 or 5-star Scarlet Witch. Yeah. I feel like Kabam should almost do a beta where they take these characters which they say would be too OP as rank 5s and just, you know, let people try them. I mean, imagine if they let like all the usual people try Scarlet Witch and Wolverine, and who's the other one? Thor, the Red Deadpool. I think that'd be really cool, because then you know, they could actually see if there's a reason why not to make these characters 5-star. I mean, they're such cool characters that it's so sad that they're not in the game. I mean, they're like some of the best characters in the game. I just use all my low-level 5 stars for a couple of rounds just to get myself up to the infinite streak. This is my normal pattern in Alliance and Arena. Just want to let's see, get someone who's not metal from Magneto. Just trying to move the fights along, get to the infinite streak, and then it's just cruise control. Oh, I'm so sad I've had to take off Suicides. I just like them so much for Arena. I forgot how huge they were in Arena. They just make it go so much faster. I mean, especially as you can see, I have weakness on, or inequity, which makes that weakness. And so every time I do that, you know, it's just healing away. And yeah, it just makes the fight even longer. But, oh well, it's not worth spending another 200 units since I'm going to be using Blade and Ghost Rider for the rest of Alliance quests. Might as well just, just gotta keep my masteries the way they are. I put 5 points back in Mystic Dispersion, just determining that Ghost Rider would benefit a lot from it. Not really sure of that decision. In the day 1, I think I only used Ghost Rider for one fight because Blade was so good in all the other ones. So I think I'm leaving just a lot of points out there because, of course, not only do you have to get the 5 points in Mystic Dispersion, but then there's the 8. So I sort of run 8 points as my normal proficiency tree. So then I have to put another 3 points in to get up to the 11. So it's basically 8 points I'm sacrificing to get Mystic Dispersion. And yeah, it seems like a lot. I think I'd rather, if I took those 8 points and put them into my attack setup, I could max out Assassins, which, you know, as I said, I think just really helps the fight. Oh wow, 4 or 5 tier 2 alpha on the overflow. Time to rank 4 someone. Next level up event. I mean, why wait? You get good arena points. I mean, you have so many. It's not like, I don't like, yeah, I worry about that a little bit too, Dale. I guess it doesn't really bother me too much. I don't mind spamming as SB3, to be honest. I mean, it resets the masteries and it, the judgments. And yeah, it's actually really cool. Power locks them, and it does a little bit of damage, degen damage. I mean, to me, I don't think you can go wrong with having a lot of SB3s from Ghost Rider. But as I said, I wasn't using that much. I feel like whoever I was fighting, who was it? It was Miss Marvel. It was my last fight, which I took him into because my blade died. I took it linked, and Link was encroaching stun, which I like as a node. I totally misplayed it with Blade though. I just was trying to time his special perfectly with the stun, And I did all that, but I pushed her to an SB3, and that was it. And then I went with Ghost Rider, and it was okay. It's sort of funny because you just have to like throw your specials every now and then, like haphazardly, since you need to throw them as that timer ends. And yeah, so I definitely had my Ghost Rider. It was, I don't know. I don't think Captain Marvel has given me much of Mystic Dispersion. I don't think she has Fury or anything like that to build it up. So yeah, sort of a moot point. Let's see. Okay, let's put in Howard the Duck, my least favorite character to play, and Agent Venom and Vulture. Here's we'll put in King Groot. So this is my hate squad right here. 3 characters I hate to play. Maybe Groot would be the worst. I go, okay, watch me lose my streak now with these 3 horrible characters. Yeah, they're just so bad. I mean, I guess Howard the Duck might be okay. I just can't stand his quacking. At least that's only when you fight against him. And then Groot, well, Groot is just Groot. And oh, look at this though, I've got all class advantages. Maybe not so bad after all. Vulture's sort of cool, but he's a useless character. He's like in the Gambits of the world, him and Gambit. I don't know, everyone in my lines is raving about Venom the Duck. Kind of useless. It seems like, I don't know, I feel like at least 4 or 5 people have said they love Venom the Duck. And amongst those are Brian and Pete. So of course it always, you know, I wouldn't say makes me worried, but they like more interesting characters than I do. I'm just sort of a, you know, well, I would say my skill is lacking, so I just need characters that are simple. But, and they tend to like more sophisticated characters that do crazy things. So, yeah, I tried to get Venom the Duck when his feature was around, so I dumped, like, I think it was 40 featured crystals, but I didn't get them, so I was sort of taken up by the hype. Now he's in the basic, and I've had amazing luck, even though I think there's not really luck. I think there's something in the program with those crystals to get new champions, so maybe I'll get them soon, since I seem to get all the new champions from the basics. Yeah, I think you're supposed to be good on Alliance Quest. I thought he had healing, and I thought he had all these debuffs and buffs. I really don't know much about him. He seems like one of those complicated characters, just a lot going on with him. And I mean, that's sometimes good. Try to think what complicated characters I like. No, we're springing to mind. Who else is a good complicated character? Like Taskmaster. I actually really like Taskmaster. I don't use him too much. He's unranked as a 5-star. But he seems like he has like a lot of interesting mechanics. Characters like, I guess, Sentinel. He's not really that complicated, but he has that mechanic with the those things you have to build up. The analysis charges, that makes them a little more interesting to play. Yeah, some of these characters, they have to do like 4 or 5 things in some sequence. That's just too much for me. I just don't have that type of patience. Trying to think who is a classic example. Let's see if my memory gets jogged as I go through my list of characters. Venom, no. Red Skull, no. But we'll play with Red Skull. Red Skull is one of my recent pools, adding to my new character creation, or my new character pool. Let's see, who should I put in? All these terrible choices. Just want someone who's not the same class as those 3. Proxima. That's exactly it. There you go. You've found the quintessential champion that is what have I called it? Is not tricky, but has a lot of things you have to do. I do love Proxima though, so I must admit so. She just seems so awesome. I think this was like a watershed decision. I think that's the right use of that word for me, because I have, you know, I was thinking about who was I going to take up next, and it was, you know, Proxima was in the list. I mean, she has nice prestige, and, you know, Omega Red and Emma and Captain America Infinity War, and I think I already said Emma Frost. These are all the characters that are sort of like running around and through my mind. And yeah, finally when I chose Omega Red, a little bit of part of me was like, that was sort of the time to do Proxima and rank her up. And now that I haven't, I don't think I'll be taking her up anytime soon. She's just rank 3 now. The problem is she's unawakened, which of course, you know, not that you use her awakened ability too much because we don't have any like super long fights like that. I mean, it's a huge part of her if you really want to make her a powerful champion. And I just finished out max sigging my Corvus, which means I've just dumped every Cosmic Sig stone for the last like several months into him. And so of course I have like absolutely zero in my stash. So even if I had Proxima and awakened her, it would just take a long time to get her up to any usable Sig level. But yes, I don't know. I still like secretly super love her and wanna rank 5 her and use her, but I don't think that'd happen. If I had another rank 5 today, definitely Captain America Infinity War. I think, you know, it's hard. And I realize my error now with Omega Red was, you know, I sort of thought my path was pretty much set in map 7, and maybe it will be, but it might change as each different iteration of these maps change. And so it's really hard to say, okay, just this character or that character. Though I must admit, for last map, I was using Blade and Ghost Rider again. I mean, for me, they just seem like great characters for Alliance quests. They always, you know, they just always do the job. They're powerful attackers, and oh, that regen. Or I just can't emphasize enough. I think that is the thing I care about most in the character. Oh, okay, I thought I missed an SP2. Is the regeneration. I mean, having regeneration just makes such a difference in your path. I mean, you can see already with my blade. I mean, I sort of got clocked by Venom instantly. I mean, heal back up, and you know, even taking the chip damage from blocking, from this and that, is it adds up. It adds up in Alliance Quest, especially map 7, where characters are hitting so hard. So regen is such a cool feature of a character. Okay, win streak of 8. Do I dare try to get in one more round of low champions? Let's do it. Let's get a little bit of a mutant team here. Let's get Cyclops, Storm. I have a rank 3 to 4 gem for 2015 characters, and basically you're looking at them right there. Those are the 2 characters I could take up to rank 4. I don't know why I'm waiting on it. I think I hold out that somehow Wolverine's going to get added to the game, and if he got added to the game, then, you know, of course he'd be a 2015 character. I could take him right to rank 4, but it goes a little bit against my own theory of ranking characters sort of as quickly as you can. I mean, not that I want to make reckless rank ups, but yeah, I don't know why I'm holding out on that rank 4 gem. It seems, you know, even if Wolverine comes, then I'd have to get him, and that's, I mean, there's a lot of low probabilities in both those statements. So, ooh, look at that new animation of Spider-Gwen. Looks like all I had to do was evade once. Let's see if we can get another SP1. There it is. No, you have to go back twice, but if you go back twice, you're okay. Good to know. That mechanic she has against Unstoppables, oh man, that seems like it'd be amazing for Brawl. You could just like, was that her SP2? Oh, okay, that's still the same? Yeah, it's still the same. Yeah, it'd be great against Brawl, where you could just, like stop their Unstoppables. But now that I've played Brawl some, and I've realized that it's so easy to parry them and Unstoppable. I used to get very scared when they went Unstoppable and just like felt like I had to like dash back, and stay away from them at all costs. But now it's crazy. It seems like you can stand there and hold your block, and they just run into you and get stunned. And so yeah, fantastic. And with Blade, that means they start bleeding, and so super nice. Let's look at this Miles. I've always wondered what happened when Miles' evade charges run out. They refresh. Does he get more of them? Let's see if we can get. Okay, so now he has no more evade charges. Let's see. So now I assume he shouldn't evade more, but maybe when he does a special, that'll refresh. I'm gonna know this character well enough to know how he plays. Yeah, specials didn't give him any. Huh, okay, that's interesting. So he only has a few evades in the fight. But I thought he was able to refresh them somehow. Might be wrong. Yeah, that lane with all the Spider-Verse characters and 50% evade. Well, I mean, that's absolutely made for Venom. Venom, he counters those Spideyverse champions. That is pretty cool to have like such a specific path. I guess Iceman would be alright since once he has his Frostbite charge up, he can counter them. Or not Frostbite, the Cold Snap up. It's not affected by by the by the evades. There's something too about Captain America. What you call it? Iron Man, no, Captain America Infinity War. I think he has one of his okay, that's what I thought. I thought he somehow replaced them with specials. It seems like he threw a special and didn't get him. Maybe you have to connect on them. Or maybe, who knows. Maybe just wasn't paying enough attention. Okay, 9 fights. Now let's get to the real point getters. What do we have to get to? 2 million? Oh, this always seems like it takes forever, but once we get past... oh, maybe not. Oh, that's a good question, Dale. I don't know. I wasn't on that path. I thought Iceman, it didn't matter if they passive evades or not. We'll play him in a second. We'll take a look at his ability. I think he might be the first up anyway. Let's see. Nope. We got the Trinity up, and then he's actually on the 3rd row of champions we're using. We'll take a look at him. But yeah, that path, boy, it seems like, well, I watched J-Rock just get destroyed because he didn't have Venom or a character that could really counter evades. I told you I have that one fight. I had that one fight against a Stark Spider-Man who has the same node up, but with Blade it was easy. I just kept on parrying him and bleeding him. I had Electro too on my path, and I was really worried about that Electro just because I just come off my degen path, and so my Blade was hurting. It was down to maybe like 20-25%. But it's the same thing, man. The block and bleed strategy with Blade is amazing because it also triggers your regen. So Electro would come charging in and parry him, just sit there, and all the time, you know, you're sucking power from him because of your one of your abilities, and you're regenerating. And then, you know, right when the parry ends, you know, just take a step back, parry him again, and do the same thing. I mean, it's incredible. I basically healed up all of my life back to 71%, and, you know, he was down to probably about half his life from all the bleed damage. And I just finished off the fight with like a special 2, and yeah, easy. It was, yeah, it's definitely a cool strategy with Blade. The block and bleed, bleed and bleed, what it's called. I went through with Blade, the second part of that path. It doesn't have any rage. Oh my god! If they have rage and that evade, that sounds like Iceman all the way. Iceman and Ghost Rider I find are great against rage just because they don't hit super hard, and so I've actually wondered about, because Ghost Rider has his ability where, you know, when he throws his SP1, he does that block on all of their unless it's a passive, unless rage makes passive. Like, let's see if we can see it. This one right here. Oh, too powerful. He blocks all the enemy's buffs. So I was wondering if that was a good way to reset the rage timer, if you could block their furies. Yeah, rage is one of those nodes that is just yeah, it's pretty scary, you know. Like if they become unblockable, I mean, unless you can play super skilled and your intercepts are totally on point, I mean, yeah, you're gonna die. I saw this one post. Okay, let's take a look at Iron Man here. Let's see info. Let's see what his evade is like. Blah blah blah. Iceman. Blah blah blah. Heavy attacks, critical hits. Where does it say this? Cold snap. It says it somewhere. I feel like it's hidden. Where is this hidden? Stun, Iceman, Shatter, passive, critical hits. Oh yeah. Opponents under cold snap, under special attack 1. Opponents under cold snap cannot evade attacks. Sounds like he is good to go. Once you have your cold snap up, sounds like anything that gets thrown at him, he's able to deal with. As far as evades go, the trick is just making sure you can refresh at SP1 quick enough. The worst is when you are you're playing with him, and oh yeah, of course, Quake. I'm sure it's awesome. Dap was talking in our Alliance feed. He wants to use Quake against that diss track where you have to get three debuffs from the opponent. So he's convinced that, and I think he's right, that when you are doing Aftershock, then the defender has 2 concussion buffs also, and so he thinks, that will, I mean, he's probably right, he's a good Quake player, that will melt them, because that's where all the damage is really done in the Quake style, doing Aftershock. I hope he's not underestimating how many shards he gets out of the what you call it. How much damage you do when you're just charging your heavy, not in the Aftershock. Maybe I'll just make the fight longer. Well, of course I'll make the fight longer, but if a good 25% of the damage is done there, I guess that just means you have to go for one more extra Aftershock attack, which shouldn't be so bad. But after we finish this fight, I'm just going to jump into Alliance War real quick. We're playing ISO 8A, and yeah, again, I think it's just free shards. So yeah, I was saying about that. I was saying about how the off season's been amazing. So all these opponents want to tank because they want to get their rating down. We don't care if we tank or not, and so we enter all these wars with no one placing defenders, and then of course since we don't care, we just complete the map, and bam, we get all these beautiful 5-star and 6-star crystals for basically doing no work, which is like free crystals. So this may be I want to say at least the 5th war this has happened, and oh, it's so nice. And it's just free crystals. Who can complain about that? And so yeah, it's been a good off season. We don't really have to worry about rating. We didn't really worry about rating that much, to be honest. I think even in last off season where we were really serious about war, we didn't go that hard in the off season. Sometimes we totally tanked just to see what happens. But if the other opponent gave us the opportunity, if we're both going to tie, it's useless, because then it doesn't hardly change your war rating for either opponent. So if we saw that was happening, we just went ahead and cleared the map, and yeah, got lots of great shards. Okay, let me just go do that real quick, just so I don't forget before I go to sleep tonight. Alliance War. Okay, you're going to get to see my amazing attack team. Look at all those nice shards. So nice. Join, and there they are. The attack team of attack teams, my 1-star unawakened killer squad. Okay, off we go into Alliance War. Let's see, the goal is to take a path that gives me the highest percentage so I could get, oh no, I suppose I'm taking path 1. That's the one that gives you lots of percentages. Maybe I'll take path 9. I don't know what's done that yet. Yeah. Okay, because I want to win the MVP of this war. I don't know, what do you think, path 2 or path 9? Let's try path 9 and see if that gets me the MVP. I think path 1 is the way to go to do it. But since we already have 2 over there, usually go this side anyway, might as well stick to tradition. Teleport over, and let's see. So some Africa stroke middle, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, let's definitely go up the side here. A couple more extra spaces. Okay, and that's Alliance War. Back to Arena. Yeah, boy, those 3 stars. I'm getting close to the 6-star. Oh, I'm so excited about 6 stars. It's is it tomorrow? Yeah, it's tomorrow. I guess the new group gets added in. to me that's sad. Just go delete the pool. I actually really like the pool now. The Corvus Proxima Wasp group was great, and they brought with them some decent like side champions. Or this next pool, I don't particularly like the featured champions too much. Yeah, some are alright, but like the champion I greatly dislike, and Heimdall, and I can't remember who else is in there, but and Aegon Unawakened. I mean, Aegon would be great, but of course he's unawakened, so he's not great. Yep, nothing to be too excited about in that group. And then, oh boy, some of the other characters, the Hulkbuster and the Rhino. Oh, those things would be terrible. 6 stars. So yeah, I wish I had enough shards to pop 6-star shards. 6-star right now. I'll go take a look at the end of this and see how I'm doing. But I don't think I'm anywhere close. I think I'm at 8,000. I think there's any way I'm getting 2,000 in the next 24 hours unless an offer pops up. And, oh, that would be amazing if an offer did pop up though. And K Mega, boy, he's so cool when you play with Suicide's on. So of course I had Suicide's on because I was using Corvus in Alliance War. Oh man, he's so good. Now it's just regular old Mega Ren, still a pretty cool character. But yeah, the Suicides, that makes him just a dominant beast. Never seen a character who's so suited to Suicides. I mean, it's almost like a must to have them on when you run him. It just really ups his level of power. And yeah, it just does so much more damage. You can get the spores up to 30, which means he has strong regen. Just everything's so much better about him when he has that bleed going. Plus you get the willpower heal, so I mean, oh yeah, it's like perfect for Suicides. I wonder when they created him if they were like, oh yeah, let's make him really suicide friendly, or if it just sort of how it works out, or if it unexpectedly works out like that. I think there's a tie in the game for my favorite character, definitely between Void and Stark Spider-Man. I like Stark Spider-Man a little bit, but I just use Void so much. He's such a cool character. I mean, he's one of those unique characters. He's sort of like the way Proxima is unique in how she's a pretty complicated character. There's no doubt that Void's pretty unique in the way that he has the reverse healing. I mean, some other characters have reverse healing too, but none really to the effect that he does. I mean, he reverses it and turns it on the opponent, which is pretty impressive and pretty fun when you're playing with him in war and you just are going against Buffet or the Arc Reactor node. And yeah, I mean, just absolutely turns into a liability for your opponent. Yeah, I remember when he came out. He was coming out right, the Gladiator Hulk, and yeah, he was a character that few people were raving about. I was like, oh, yeah, I must get him. I jumped on the bandwagon pretty early with him and got him. And not regretted him at all. Let's see what our team will be here. Yeah, Emma came close to getting rank 5. Good prestige, which I do regret a little not ranking a character for prestige reasons, especially when people in my alliance were making such decisions. A lot of 2 people at least I know rank 5 specifically. Brian, of course, got his Thor Ragnarok up, and then someone else took a champion to rank 5. It was really good prestige too. It's just yeah, such good unselfish decisions that they made. Emma, she's cool. I like her. The only thing I don't is that the way she bounces back and forth. So like if you're on an Incinerate path, I guess it'd be all right. But I was thinking about like fighting Mephisto with her, where sometimes Incinerate wouldn't affect her, and then other times it would. I think that'd just be a little bit annoying that that she would get affected by debuffs every now and then. I wish there's some mechanics of like the way you can switch characters back and forth, like what's his name, like Nightcrawler, or there's a few others. I wish that's how High Diamond 4 worked, where as opposed to it being based on the power level between your opponent, you could just sit there and go back, hold block for 2 seconds, and go into diamond form when you wanted. Or if you're facing a evade character, since she is really good against evade characters, you could just get in telepath form and then more evade. And if you want the immunities back to diamond form, it would be, yeah, it'd be awesome if you can control that. I mean, I think it would make her a much more interesting character. But yeah, she's still pretty cool. I like her a lot. I've always liked Emma in the comic books. She's just such a cool character too. That it always makes me more inclined to play and rank up a character if I like them from reading the comic books. But yeah, she's looks good in her diamond form. Looks even better in her telepathic form. And yeah, her SP2 is pretty hard. So I can get some prowess charged up. Let's see here. Let's get one more round of prowess charges. See if we can finish Scout. 10. Yep. Come on, big crits. Oh yeah, not so bad. Yep. Emma is alright. I imagine it's a rank 5, of course. She's going to hit really hard with that SP2. Though, yeah, she's another one. And that I think she'd be fun to play. I don't think she'd really add too much to my roster. The prestige would be good. Just gonna drink water here. Okay, 700,000. Oh, for some reason this grind is going really slow tonight. 2 million. Oh, it's a lot, but man, those tier 2 alpha are so nice, or the tier 4 basic are so nice. I have a lot right now, and I have to think about my next rank up. I'm sort of waiting until I have 10 tier 2 alpha. I think I have 5 right now, and then once I have 10, I'll take someone up to rank 4. No, I guess I could rank 4 someone quickly. No one really comes to mind. I'm dying to get to rank 4. Maybe Captain America Infinity War. He's just rank 3 right now. He's unawakened, and I can't decide if I want to put the awakened gem in him. I really want to wait for the next Fantastic Four character, but again, it's this idea of always waiting, and then you just wait forever. And so I really like Captain America Infinity War, so I should just put the science gem in him, and yeah, and I enjoy playing with him. And I always have the generic. So the generic, I think, is always the gem I keep in my back pocket because, you know, if ever a character comes along where like, oh, this is the one, I could just, I can just then use a generic to awaken him. And it's not like, again, it's not like I'm saving the generic for anyone specifically, so yeah, it's probably worth using it, but I guess I'll wait till the next item up event quest or event before I start deciding if I'm going to put shards into Captain America. I think I have about 100 science shards and maybe a couple more because I have some of those +5 from the greater gifting crystals. So I have yeah, I have plenty of sig stones to put into them, and then plus on top of that, I can you know, if I do rank 5 him, he has really good prestige. Oh, not really good, but he would knock out one of my other prestige characters. Actually, not by much. So I think he has like 10.3, and I think Void and Iron Man Infinity War are my 2 bottom ones. They're like 10.2, but you know, every little bit helps. It gets it better. I mean, really now, if I want to do something with my prestige, 10.4 at the least, but really like a 10.5 character like Symbiote Supreme or 10.6 like Phoenix would be the way to go to get my prestige as high as possible. Prestige is always such a funny game. It's like I look at the characters now I ranked up or put a lot of 6 stones into because of prestige. Characters like Medusa, Archangel, and I mean it's like, yeah, doesn't really matter about them now. I mean, they don't figure into the prestige at all and probably won't ever. It's doubtful I'll take the rank 5 unless rank 5s at some point become so prevalent that, you know, you have like 20 rank 5 stars. But by then we'll have rank 3 6 stars, so it won't matter because now my rank 3 6 stars will be on top of the prestige game. So prestige is a very like short-term decision in many ways. But it's so important because, again, like, you know, we're ranked 9 in the Alliance Quest, the first round of map 7, so we got to keep on working on prestige and making sure it stays strong. That's what slip out. of that ranking. And not the end of the world, but it's the difference of 1,000 tier 5 basic, which are yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good amount. You know, over a month that's 4,000. It's yeah, it's going to be a lot. So we can see if we can get this guy to throw his SB2. If not, if I run out of patience, oh, there it was. Easier than I thought. Let's say if not, I'll just push him to his SB3. It's not all that difficult to deal with. Yeah, Primal Fury. I must say, Champion, he does have pretty cool animations. He looks really good. Sort of a fun character to play, though. I don't think he's that good at all. Well, he isn't that good. He has good prestige, so could be worth a rank up. Maybe one day I'll be ranking him up just to get that juicy 10.5 prestige. So, okay. That's cruising through the rank 4s now. Here's my super, what do you call this, Mystic lineup. Rank 4 Mystics, and got Medusa, so at least one class advantage, hopefully more. Let's see, yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter too much who goes where. Magic would be one of the older characters I'd consider doing rank 5, but again, our prestige is so low that that's why I a little bit regret Omega. I mean, I love him, but the fact that he's probably not going to make my Alliance Quest team all of a sudden, and he has low prestige, yeah, I don't know. Still the jury's out, but yeah, again, maybe I should use him just for the regen, and put him on the Alliance team and see how he does. And I have 3 good regeners: Ghost Rider, Blade, and Omega Red. I should never ever have to use an item with all that regen. Yeah, it was alright the first round of map 7s. I had the first 3 days I didn't use an item, and then the next day 4 and day 5, I think I might have used 4 and 5 respectively. That's the one amazing thing about Corvus is you can use such a low level revive on him and not really put any health in, and then he gets those extra cheap death mechanics with his glaive charges. So you can go in and take a couple of hits, build your power, get to your SB2, and that usually destroys everyone. So yeah, it's just such a beast for Alliance Quest. I probably should take him back in and see how he does. You know, I a little bit regret taking him off the team. It's just, yeah, against Sprawl he wasn't doing very well, and there just wasn't as many places to get charges. Like on the first day, in the first map 7 maps, I think within the first 3 fights I had three missions complete, and oh man, I mean, 3 missions just so ups his damage that, yeah, it's pretty insane. Man, I was just taking entire paths linked with him, it just didn't matter. But now, yeah, now I have a much different team with Blade and Ghost Rider. But yeah, sorry. It's so funny after all this time thinking about who was going to be my Alliance Quest team. I'm just back to essentially the team I used for so many years with map 6, Blade and Ghost Rider and someone else. I mean, they're just AQ gods with that regen. Whoops, totally missed that special. Man, Sabrina does pretty well against her. Just eats away her furies with those nullify those stagger buffs, and then on top of that, he gains power because of the Mystic Dispersion. Not a bad fight. Simi Supreme is such a cool character. He's another character where I don't really have any good reasons to take on a map to rank 5, and except for prestige. And he's fun, but he doesn't have any like sort of groundbreaking gameplay mechanics. So it's just a cool character. Let's get the big boy squad here. All these guys are huge. I wonder if they're all extra large. Probably are. Let's get the 1 class advantage against Dr. Vito. Sentinel seems like he's doing really well in Alliance Quest. I always like Sentinel. He's another one, good prestige. Could have taken him to rank 5. He sort of was in the back of my mind. Maybe I have Darkhawk too, but he's unawakened, so just thinking about him as well. I love Art of Chaos's Lions Quest team. It's Darkhawk, Omega Red, and Corvus. Talk about the absolute perfect Suicide Squad. I mean, each one of those characters just thrives on suicides. I mean, such a great team. I'm really envious. I want that team. I could potentially see Darkhawk as one of my rank 5s. Again, I'd have to use a generic on him, so it'd be a pretty big decision. I have him as a 4-star, and I play that just to see what he's like. I think the thing that I don't like about him is that you have to get to his SP2 to start cycling through the different modes, and if you get knocked down to get one of the other modes, I don't know, that seems to take his appeal away from me. Actually, he's another character. He's sort of like Proxima, then I guess like that, in the sort of like complicated build up to use his abilities. It just seems a little too much, and so I might as well just like a character like Sentinel. I don't mind the build up of charges because they just sort of come without having to do too much of a different fighting style. But yep, so Darkhawk can we get up to his SP2 or SP3. SP3s too just always seem to take a long time to build up to. Okay, getting close to 1 million. Seems like once you get to 1 million, everything goes quicker. Oh, there he is, Hulk, my first ever rank 4 5-star. He is unawakened. I just liked him so much. Yeah, I remember pulling him. This is how long ago this was. So actually, I remember very specifically pulling him because there was some deal, it might be the first of its kind, where you could get a 5-star, and the 5-star had like a selection of characters. I can't remember what the theme was. I remember Hulk was in there. I remember She-Hulk was in there. I think Iceman too. There's a couple characters I really, really wanted, but I think Hulk was in the top 3. It might have been like Iceman, Archangel, Hulk, She-Hulk. There's a couple, of course, like horrendous characters. Maybe Kamala Khan. I got Hulk. I was like, oh, so excited. And then you know, I guess I built up a lot of tier 4 alpha just because, or tier 2 alpha. You just never use them. Like if you don't have any rank 4, if you don't have any 5-stars, there's just no reason to use them at all. And so I might have had like 2 or 3 rank 5s at the start. I had my first one was Iron Man, and then Guillotine. And I think he was the next, Hulk was the next, and so yeah, so I had all this tier 4, and I knew I wasn't going to take up Guillotine or Iron Man. They just weren't that good characters. But Hulk I loved, so I took him up unawakened, and yeah, he was a great champion for a long time for me. I mean, his stun lock is just awesome. It just would, like, you know, if you can get a character close to death and then you start stun locking him, yep, big damage without any worries. So yeah, he was a good character. I got Hyperion versus Hyperion. That should be fun. Both of them 455. And so yeah, he was used for a long time. And then my next 5-star that I took up was, I got Star-Lord, I remember, but for a long time he was unawakened. Let's see if we can do Dorky E-Days technique. Evade and nope, too soon. And then who was after that? Yeah, so I had nope, boy, it's not so easy to do. And then I had, yeah, Star-Lord was my next rank 4 5-star. And of course, yeah, he's just amazing. Awakened him. I had lots of 6 stones for him. Another one of those things where he just didn't use 6 stones at all. So of course, you know, by the time you ranked a character up and he got awakened, you had like, you know, I think I had like 100 to stuff into him just because you're playing the game so long and just slowly accumulating 6 stones. And so a long time my team was this an Alliance Quest? I think so. It was Hulk. And I had a Poison Path, which was great. It was Star-Lord and 4-star Iceman. Yeah, it was a really good team. The Iceman was great because he would help out on the Poison Path with Hulk, and then Star-Lord was just really solid in Alliance Quest because of the damage. Sorry about that. Just had to get some more water. And so, yeah, that was my team for a long time. I'm trying to remember who was sort of the next 5-star who came along, who then gave me a complete 5-star roster. I can't really remember who it was. I wonder if I have any old videos to show who I have. Maybe it was Dark Spider. I can't remember. There's at some point when I finally. Yeah, I can't remember. I mean, there's this point where. Hello, Cade. Good to see you this evening. How's the what's the name of our team? Carponzo. Yes, that's the name of the Section 1 squad at the beginning of Alliance Quest. And there's 4 of us. There's Pete, there's me, there's Art, and there's Cade. And man, we just dominate that lower right side of Alliance Quest map 7. I mean, we all join and we all just get everything unlinked quickly. It's so nice. It's just having a team that is on point makes max 7 so doable. You're not waiting around for people to unlink nodes. They're just already unlinked and ready to go. And so we named ourselves an amalgamation of our 4 names. So Capenzo is the name. And clearing Section 1 map 7 is our game. Yeah, the Capenzo brothers, exactly. I sort of am delighted that my entire name has made it into the catchphrase. But and speaking of that, I've just been told I'm clear in Alliance Quest, so we all are fortunate enough to get to see another Alliance Quest fight. Let's see how this one goes. I can't remember who's my next one. Oh, it's Nightcrawler. Oh, okay, well, you might watch me get absolutely wrecked by the Nightcrawler. And Nightcrawler's always such a scary fight just because, of course, with the evade, and yeah, he will punish you if you evades correctly. Let's see. Yep, there it is. Nightcrawler indeed. And down we go. Who do I unlink with this or free up? Free up Arts with this and just look. Yep, okay. Oh, actually no, because he has to get freed up from a different node too. So this is helping but not releasing. Yep, we might as well use, even with the class advantage, the skill ascendancy, brawl, okay, enhance abilities, okay. So we'll just try to get him into his swashbuckling stance right away. Yeah, and we're set. I just gotta remember about the brawl. Okay, here comes brawl. Huh. That's what I love about brawl. So easy to parry. SB1 or SB2. Okay, things are going pretty good. Just might as well bait out a heavy. There it is. And that's it. Ooh, I looked pretty good in that fight. Oh yeah, no. Well, Enzo is a very Italian name. You know, I would say most people think I'm Italian, but the way I look, my heritage is actually sort of like Greek and Middle Eastern. And yeah, Enzo I think is a very fitting name though. Okay, that was yeah, that's great. And so what I have now, 15 minutes. 15 minutes to basically move a spot forward, and then yeah, this is the interesting fight. This what do you call it? What we'll call Colossus. Crit me with your best shot. You know, Cade, it's fine. You know, I ran so long without suicides, and I jumped on the Corvus train. You know, everyone else was. Well, I was using Corvus last week, and oh, he was just dominating map 7. You know, he just hits so hard and gets the regen, and I mean, you know, he's just like the perfect suicide champ. And then and then I got to make her red. I was like, oh, I have such a suicide team. But I'm sort of ended up where I was for many years. I mean, like Blade, Ghost Rider, and someone else, and they just do the job so well. Corvus, he just is. He's not quite my style. I mean, you have to be. You just have to be real. Like what's the word I'm looking for? You just have to be not diligent, but he just has a very certain fighting style, and you just have to get up to your SP3, and you're doing the medium, medium with like Blade and Ghost Rider and Iceman. I can just sort of fight the fights. I just don't have to think so much. It's just a little more cruise control where I don't have to worry about one other thing. Corvus just worrying about that other thing with running out of glaive charges, just makes it that much difficult. But I must say, I mean, he was crushing through map 7. I mean, it's like every what you call it, every node I was I was taking it linked and didn't matter. And as I was saying earlier in the chat, his extra life because of his glaive charges makes him great for using revives, because you revive him and then that's all you need. You can just revive him 350, and it's not like you need a whole bunch of extra potions to get his life up. But yeah, Blade and Ghost Rider, they're such solid AQ champs. Oh yeah, I love Ghost Rider. I mean, for AQ, the way he can just regen so much, I mean, it's just it's so nice, so sustainable. I mean, I feel like I don't have to worry about ever running out of items with those two, because again, I can just regen them up a little. Maybe if I feel a little bit nervous, put in one health potion, and then just regen them right up. Yeah, Ghost, I don't know. I feel like you have to be all in with Ghost. You're either going to, speaking of her, you either have to commit to ranking her up and just like she's a major part of your team, or she's not worth it. You're right, the prestige is low, and I guess it's sort of true of all characters. I mean, she's not great on defense. Her prestige is low, so yeah. So unless you're really going to use her a lot, then yeah, I don't know if there's much reason. I mean, mine is rank 4, and I did put a tech awakening gem in her. I mean, she's fun to play. She's a super cool character, and she's super powerful. I don't know if she's another one of those characters where she's like Corvus. Well, actually, a much more extreme example of having to have a very certain playstyle in order to use her well. But yeah, I mean, she's definitely mega cool. Let's see how I can do with her. I should put her against Hulk just to add a little more life. When she doesn't have her like super team around her, sort of interesting player. I just got too nervous and backed out. Let's see, 4-hit combo, they say. Oh no, same thing. I got. And it's like, it seems like the AI knows exactly when she's going to get out of her phase, and then choose that moment to attack her. Oh no, I'm getting fried. You kids, get rid of all these debuffs. Look at that. That is really cool though. And then, boy, she packs such a punch once she absorbs some debuffs. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt. She's a incredibly awesome character. Yeah, I would say it's unlikely I'll take her to rank 5. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Ghost Rider too. Oh man, does he have big time prestige? And his prestige is just so good. And my prestige is doing pretty good. I'm in high, like, I have about 10,380 or so. I want to get it up to 10,400. I think that's like a really good level to be at in this end game content right now. But yeah, it'll be a while. I have to wait till my next rank 5. Omega's not going to give me any extra prestige. I almost think I would take Phoenix up. I just enjoy playing with Phoenix, and if I'm just going to rank someone for prestige, well then I guess I would just do Thor Ragnarok, because obviously his prestige is so crazy. If they back up in chance, yeah. Oh, I know. She is a, yeah, yep. She's a really tricky champ to play. That's why Pete is so impressive. And the thing about her too, it's like you just have to have such was it nerves of steel, because she she you have to just be able to like know when you can hold on her phase a little longer, when you can't, and yeah, and the more you can have them miss, the more power you build up, so it's good. Um, yeah, yeah, she's really challenging to play. But again, if you can do it, then you have a super solid, powerful champion. Third, while I was thinking about doing Captain America: Infinity War, his his special 2 I love. Talk about a powerhouse. I didn't realize how hard it was hitting until I was playing around with him. I was considering taking him to rank 5. Um, it's just like amazing. I love characters with just super big, huge damage. Of course, everyone does, but his seems exceptional. And I don't really see people talking about it too much. But I mean, that SP2, I mean, it's devastating how much damage it can do. And so yeah, that's why I sort of like him, because you could just fight along, don't have to do anything special, and then man, you pull out that SP2, and I mean, you should be able to get most enemies down or significantly drain their health. And Ghost Store has that too. I mean, her SP2s are so strong, and of course they're like always crit, and you can't block them, so and they're unavailable. So yeah, they're pretty nasty. Whoops, how come he got stunned? Oh yeah, it's because I got the power sting, and now I have another power sting. Oh man, this is looking ugly. Let's see if we can get a power bomb. Nope, doesn't matter. Goblin is a pretty powerful SP too. Remember in War, I was fighting him. He always had to fight him on the. He's my mini boss on lane 7, right at the very end there, and yeah, one war I messed up on the SP2 and got super bombed. Oh, that was ugly. I don't think I died, but I might have gone from like 100 health to like 20% health, just because of all the damage it does between the explosion itself and incinerate and everything. Yeah, it's pretty powerful. There, down goes Venom. I love big character versus big character. I'm sort of a Juggernaut fan. I mean, the Unstoppable is a cool mechanic. I mean, you just get it and you can just go in there and attack away. I mean, of course, in Arena it doesn't matter, because even they hit you for Unstoppable, it's not like you're taking that much damage, so a good arena champion. And then there's Psylocke. She is sort of my dream for a 6-star, just because I never really ranked for her, but I love her as a 6-star just because I find her great fun to play. Oops. Let's see if I can hit in the face how good I am with it. I love the way you can drain all the powers. It's going to do it. Yeah, there it is. It's such a fun thing. Now, it's just free attack city. Just parry, don't have to worry about any attacks whatsoever. It's so nice. Yeah, she's a cool character. To me, she might be my favorite, like the theme of the night have sort of been like tricky characters, and she's a pretty good tricky character. Yeah, I know. For a Juggernaut, yeah, it'd be interesting if they gave him something pretty cool. I'm trying to think what that would be. He's one of those characters I've always liked to enjoy playing. There's a lot of like sort of silly characters in this game that aren't very useful but are still enjoyable, and he's one of them. It'd be interesting, I guess, if you had a character who was unstoppable and I guess indestructible at the same time. That'd be a really cool buff, because then you could totally just go fire into your opponent and try to hit him, knowing that you weren't going to get hit back. Because that's the problem with unstoppable for you as a player, is that you know, even though you're not continuing to receive a combo, because if the other player hits you, you still continue on your attack, but you're still taking damage. And so if the defender is anything strong, then yeah, it's just going to it's going to cause you a lot of damage. So yeah, that would be it. I think that would be the like Korg. But Korg doesn't have that. Does he? He has unblockable and unstoppable. I think it's a little different, or maybe it's not, because like what happens if a Korg fought a Juggernaut, for instance, and so they both have unstoppable. So it doesn't matter if it's unblockable or not, because you're not even trying to block, you're just like wailing back and forth on each other. But it's a good question, actually. But if you had unstoppable and indestructible, then even if Korg's coming at you, it doesn't matter. I mean, he can be unblockable all he wants, but it's not going to yeah, it's not going to cause you any damage because you're indestructible. But yeah, it's a lot of these things. It seems like everything started becoming more complicated. So there's like unblockable specials and unstoppable, and there's like now you can block unblockables, and soon there's going to be a character who has special, is unblockable even against unblockable blocks. And yeah, I mean, it's just like continuing to ramp up each of the new things. Yes, I don't think Thing is indestructible either. I think he just has the same thing as Korg, where he goes unblockable and unstoppable as well. But I mean, that's why we need dupes in here. The encyclopedic knowledge would instantly tell us. I've been trying to think of sig abilities for everyone in the alliance. Okay, that's my new I don't know, hobby's not the right word, but it's the new thing I've been trying to do. So, who did I have today? Oh yeah, so Pete's would definitely be Faith and Ghost. I got Dreamin' 34 with Caustic Criticism, Sig 200. Dap, I know he loves Prestige so much, so I was thinking like, I don't know if it's too mean to say like Prestige Horror, Sig 200, because he always wants to do rank ups just based on Prestige. I'm trying to think what your signature ability would be. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with the singing in the morning. Yeah, I'm not sure. But yep, I think everyone in the alliance, that's my goal within the next year, is to get everyone a sig ability. I just have to, like, I must admit, some of the other battle groups, there's a few people I feel like I don't know well at all. Not that you really know anyone too well in this virtual world, but yep. Yeah, me too. This game, I don't know. Yeah, I was just thinking about this the other day. It's like, you would think it's something as dumb as Arena would be like, you know, just such a terrible game feature. And for a while, I thought it was. I mean, every time I looked at Arena, I was like, who plays this? But, you know, I mean, I don't really watch TV or movies. And so, you know, at the end of the day, when I want to just kill 2 hours, just sort of doing something mindless, you know, I just play Arena. And it's sort of nice, you know, I like can listen to music or listen to someone else stream and just, you know, relax a little bit. And you're playing a mode of game that it's like engaging, but you don't really have to, you know, be like 100% concentrated. It's just sort of something to do. It's sort of like a slightly better version of watching TV to me. Like, watching TV is too passive. You're just not doing anything. But Arena, you're doing something, and then on top of that, you are, yeah, I mean, you're just playing this game as well in sort of a really casual sense. And then, of course, you're getting shards, all these things that help you in game too. So, you know, that definitely is a benefit. And so, yeah. So I've gone from like thinking Arena is super, super silly to thinking, it actually has a good use. And yeah, I mean, especially, of course, I'm sure everyone does this, like listening to streams while playing the game is just, or streaming, as in this case, while playing Arena is just so much fun. It's a good way to do something and have just a little bit of activity. So when I was young, I was really into rock climbing. And one of the things I most liked about rock climbing was just getting to go to all these amazingly cool places and be there. So you're essentially a tourist. I mean, that's what I've just described as what a tourist does. They go to a place and they be there. Um, and so if you were, but say if you're a tourist, you're not really doing anything. You're sort of only doing the same thing. Oh boy, oh my god, that was ugly. I just lost all my health from my SB3. Um, But yeah, so your tourists don't really do anything. You sort of just like eat and see museums. Oh, this was really boring to me. I could only go to so many churches and so many art museums before I'm like, okay, I've had enough. But as a rock climber, you go to these super cool locations. There's like amazing park naturals and all these things, and go off to Mount Blanc and just hang out there for like a week, and you'd have something to do that. Oh, I so want to see that movie. Oh man, I've been sort of saving it. Just came out on iTunes, but I would love to have seen the big theaters. But I promised I would see that with my girlfriend, and so I haven't watched it yet. But oh, that movie looks just absolutely breathtaking. It looks so amazing. Yeah, I remember I tried free soloing, just because. So I was working as a climbing guide, and so on my local climbing area. I mean, I knew like several climbs really, really well. And yeah, I just figured out, okay, I'll go start doing a little free solo circuit on these climbs. I mean, they're pretty trivially easy. I mean, they're just low rating. I knew every move on them, knew all the holds on them, so I wasn't too worried about them. And so one day, though, while I was going out to do my little free solo, it's like was it like a 6-pitch climb, which means what's a pitch? About 50 meters. That might be a little much, but let's call it 40 meters. So it's a 240-meter climb. What is that in feet for you? It's about 3, so about 700 feet. And yeah, so I was climbing up, and then I got about halfway up, and there's a couple of different ways you can go, and there are people ahead of me on the way I usually went, the easiest way. And so again, I'd climbed there a lot, and so I went on a way that was slightly harder, and well, actually, it was a good bit harder, but not still well within my level. But I remember, it's such a different experience climbing without a rope as opposed to climbing with a rope. And so I remember starting up it, and you have to do this move called a layback. And the layback is this flake of rock. You basically have your hands in the flake of the rock, and you're pulling out against it. So you're pulling like off the cliff, and your feet are pushing against the cliff face. And so we call that layback. And so you're just like, so your 2 hands on the flake pulling, your 2 feet are pushing, and that oppositional force keeps you locked in. And then you like move one hand, and then you move one foot, and try to keep everything, all these forces in balance. But it's a good move. It's powerful and it works really well. But when you're climbing without a rope, I didn't realize how spooky it was, because you're basically pulling off the cliff, like you're like pushing yourself off the rock. And oh man, so I got about, the hard part was right at the beginning of that pitch, so I'm already about 3 pitches off the ground, so around 150 meters high. It's about 400 feet, and I mean, and this rock I'm climbing is already on top of this hillside, so it's like even more high feeling. So you have this really airy feeling. And just remember, as I was going up this pulling, I just got so scared. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna like shoot myself off the rock. Yeah, that's the right kind of layback. Is just to be chillaxing on the sofa. But oh man, I got so scared, and then this fear made me start climbing really poorly. I just remember like getting through this section and just being unbelievably like out of control with adrenaline, and then finishing the rest of that section, which was pretty hard. I just remember climbing so sloppily. Like when you free solo, you want to be like uber precise. Like every move just wants to be perfect and calculated and just thoughtful and slow and deliberate. And I was like the opposite. I was just like reaching up and grabbing a hold and like not really watching my feet, and my feet would skate around. And oh man, I got to the top, and I was just like, I just had to calm myself down. sort of then I realized that 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 style of climbing was the wrong style for me. I didn't have enough confidence, I guess, in myself, and yeah, and I got too easily. I just lost it too easily, and so luckily I didn't like jettison myself off that rock for a 200-meter fall, and yeah. So after that, it's like no, free soloing's not for me. I felt so cool though. I mean, climbing is it's such a gear intensive sport. You know, you have to have the rope, you have to have all the gear and everything, and you know, you just have to yeah, it just there's a lot of stuff with you which you're carrying around with you and you have to deal with. It slows everything down too. You know, hooking the rope up right, tying the knots, clipping the carabiners, communicating. Yeah, and free soloing was just so free, just you know, just up there like a lizard, you know, just climbing, moving fast. Yeah, there was something to be said for that style of climbing, and yeah, if you can do it, then amazing. But um, but it's true. I don't think there's many people who do that style of climbing who live to old age. You know, I mean, it just takes one small mistake, and that is absolutely the end of you. And even if you're good at it, I mean, yeah, it could be a freak accident, it could be something that just you have no control over. But I mean, those type of people, you know, yeah, they don't live to be 95. I mean, they're living life in the way they want to live, and yeah, and so good for them. But yeah, I've climbed in Yosemite, and that wall he's done. Oh man, I mean, it's just. I mean, the rock is good, but it always felt slick to me. I'd be so scared about just sliding off if I was free soloing anything there. But yeah, he's just a different breed of human, that climber. Alex Honnold is his name. But yeah, I guess the long answer to your story is I really want to see that movie. It looks amazing. Medusa, so annoying. Why do you have such what should you call it? Furies. Oh no. Oh no, I'm wasting all my non-fury time. You know, it's funny, I was playing Medusa in Dungeons the other day. Oh man, I'm getting wrecked by her. SP3 time. And I forgot that we were playing non-Medusan arena. That yeah, you just hit it into her block. So it's like playing super slow style. I was like, oh no, I don't want to get auto blocked and parried. But yeah, of course she doesn't parry you because it's yeah, it's not a player you're fighting, and she doesn't have that. It's just a dungeon opponent. So there was like gingerly fighting against her when I could have just like you know hit into a parry and I got rid of her auto blocks, but I think I accidentally like did a 2-hit combo while she had her furies up. And I was like, oh, I didn't get stunned. Yep, yeah. And okay, from seeing your live stream, granted, I only see like down to your neck, but you look like you could be a good climber. Hello, Eisenberg. Afternoon for you, and it is night for me. 23:14, so it's pretty late. How you liking being in 4 Loki, Heisenberg? Seems like you fit right in with with everyone. Um, yep, cruising down map 7 with everyone. I guess I don't have any more fights tonight. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe I have that Juggernaut fight. Boy, I don't know. Maybe someone will text me there because I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I have another hour until I get energy. Yeah, I guess that's right around bedtime. I think I will. Yeah, someone posted. I can't remember who it was about that Juggernaut fight. Let's go look at it real quick. Since I'm just want to take a break for a minute for Arena. So someone has "Crit Me with Your Best Shot," which is an amazing title of a node. Oh yeah, wow, yeah. Dreaming he is an acquired taste, much like one of those really bitter beers. You know, it's like at first you're like, oh, what's going on? But slowly you learn to like it. I guess we must move forward. Yeah, let's see this Juggernaut here. Nice thing about this Juggernaut, maybe not for my alliance mates, my Carpenzo team, but you know, there's like 4 people would have to go this way. Look at this. Look, I mean, she's surrounded. Emma Frost is waiting to be dealt with by the Carpenzo team. There's Pete, there's Cade, there's Arts, and there's Enzo. Yeah, I mean, boy, we just mashed through this side. Let's go take a look at the other side and see what's happening. Oops, get rid of that. Yeah, look at this. Look at the left side. Total disarray. Like barely moved at all. You know, people held up by Make Nose and all these people free. That's what I'm dreaming. Yep, there he is, dreaming. Yeah, boy, the right side absolutely dominates. Yeah, it's true. It could be. I'm sure at one point it was. I mean, there's probably, except for Brian. Poor Brian, he never has his blade, but I'm sure at one point everyone in the Alliance had a blade avatar. Hello, Digibee. Welcome to the stream. We're just here looking at Alliance Quest. Here's the super team on the right side. What is this Emma waiting for? Is that... let's take a look at what she's linked. Oh, it's that Red Skull. Okay. I didn't see that part. Yeah, so I guess Pete needs energy to get to Red Skull. And then she can be cleared, and then hopefully by then I can do jugs and go to bed. Oh yeah, is everyone coming over for a meta stream? Welcome Ricochet and Talon and Anthony. Great to have you here. And Fac and Alden. Oh man, this is great. It's like a skyrocket. My viewers, hello Jeremiah Babs. Welcome to the Enzo Eigen stream. Yep, we're just gazing at map 7. So someone posted in Alliance chat said, "Screw me with your best shot." They said there's something strange about it. Yes, Metaphor S. Thank you for joining and bringing all these fine people with you. It's double-digit people watching, which for me is a rarity, so I really appreciate it. Hello, Silver. Welcome to the stream. I can't remember what they were saying about this. No, if it didn't work or if it did. I used Blade on it last night, and Blade, he totally did it. Hello, Mary. Welcome back to the stream. Yeah, Blade was fine. I mean, you know, again, especially with his SP2, we get so many hits with it. Yeah, Meta, it's great to see you. Yeah, whose stream was I in the other day? Was it Dreamin's? I think so. I ducked into Dreamin's stream, maybe yesterday. Said hello, and then everyone was making so much fun of me because I don't finish my combos with mediums. I always do lights, and so hello Marcelo, welcome to the stream. And yeah, and of course I can't remember if it was you, maybe it was Har8. They're like, and then of course Drummond with his caustic criticism, sigability, of course jumped right in. But yeah, notice I don't. You know, it's like that. I don't know if you've ever been with people, and I did this for a while. Like they drive in a car, and the way they like push the gas and then release and push and release to try to maintain speed, as opposed to just holding it steady. It's sort of like that medium. So I had that bad habit for a long time, and all my friends, they'd be like, "What are you doing? Just like hold the gas steady." And so I faced. I had to do it. Yeah, I know. I just have played so long, like always ending with lights, that yeah, it's just gotten a bad habit. But I'm determined now to break it, mostly so Dreamin' doesn't tease me anymore. That's alright. I've never minded criticism at all. So, yep, it's gonna change next time. Well, we'll see. We'll see how I do tonight. But you know, next time I just make any more war videos or anything like that, it's all medium, light, medium. You just gotta get rid of these bad habits. So what are we at? 1.6, 1.1. Just trying to get to 2 million. That'll be the end of the stream, and then I'll have the 2 tier 4 basics, which would be great. You can never have too much of those. Yeah, I know. It's a signature ability I tell you, Cade. Caustic criticism. It's like 200 is dreaming. No, but yeah, no, it's it is a teasing of love, so I never worry about it. Yeah, the iPad Pro is what I play on. I've always played an iPad Pro. You know, I use my phone, of course, like when I'm traveling or at work. I'm hiding in the toilet to play this game, but yeah, I really dislike the phone just because to me everything is so small on the phone. Like I can't see my characters, I can't see when they parry, I can't see like what their energy level is. I mean, what do I have? An iPhone 7 or 8? Um, oh yeah, thank you, Ricochet. Of course, yeah. Please, likes and subs are highly, highly appreciated, but not necessary. Um, but yeah, it's it's really nice on the iPad Pro. I just like being able to see the characters, like as opposed to them being covered by my thumbs. And the other thing is, I don't know how people on the iPhone are able to what you call it, like in a Alliance Quest move without going the wrong path half the time. I mean, I already find it on the iPad pretty challenging to make sure I don't, go the wrong direction. Same like with you're trying to get 6 stones in your on your character, not like getting the wrong 6 stone. Uh-oh. Oh, come on, kill him. That was close. That yeah, it just makes I feel like playing so much a better experience. It'd be interesting, I guess, to have like a poll out there to see who plays on iPhones and who plays on iPads. Is there a Google equivalent? I don't know if there's anyone who uses like an Android that's more tablet style than it is phone style. I do need to work on my iPhone play though. Like I almost never play Arena on iPhone. Like I'll bring my iPad to work and then sneak off to the toilet when I need to do a work fight. Alliance Quest I'll play on the iPhone just because, again, if I die, it's not the end of the world and I can just revive. But yeah, it is for me so much better on the iPad. It's just what I'm used to. Seeing all this talk, I totally forgot to care about my combos. Okay, it's like always this time in this arena where once I can get to 1.5, it goes from being arduous to almost over. So soon I'll be able to finish this. It's I was looking at my characters the other day and I found that if I ran, 2-star, no thank you. Oh no, 2-star again. Get out of here, 2 stars. If I go through all of my 5-star rank 3 and better, then I end up with 2.5 million. So it's sort of nice. And just do one run and get it all done. Oh man, everything's slowed down. It's like when this happens and it takes forever to scroll down to the bottom to get to my next champions. Oh no. Let's see. There we are. Okay. Try to get different classes in. Let's try to do that. There's Rolk. I was speaking about him earlier. Someone was using Rolk and said he's great on one of the paths in the new Alliance quest. No, yeah, he can be a beast. Oh, there we go. Duck. I hate Duck so much. We will go with what's his name, Drax, and I got a class advantage against him. So win-win. Yeah, I hate fighting the Duck. Oh, that quack drives me crazy. It's just so annoying. And then we gotta do some moves in Alliance War before we finish. See how we're doing in the race for MVP. If I can get on path 9, I think I might be able to take it. No, we'll see. I saw Juman over on path 1, so he might be trying to snake the MVP and get that high percentage. But I think last war or maybe it was 2 wars ago, I just barely beat out Dreamin' thanks to Cade's help, because Cade went over his path, so I was able to get some of the the percentage that before Dreamin' could. This is what war's been reduced to. War is just all about the percentage in your path. You get the MVP now. It's a new level. They're not taken seriously anymore. Feels good. Feels good to just like relax. I love this long off season, especially with map 7. You know, I don't know if we could take the stress of doing both. Yeah, I don't know. Talon, talk about the scores in map quests. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of people in the Alliance who seem to know all these things. I didn't see anyone mentioning in the Alliance chats about the scores being off, so it makes me think there wasn't, but of course, who knows, they could be yeah, Dreamin' is. Exactly, Dale. He is, I can see left right to path 1. It's an MVP, it's all we have left to play for. It's like, there ain't no placement Alliance war. That's all it is. It's just a race. And I assume that path 1, all things being equal, will give you the most percentage of the Alliance war. So I'm a little bit hopeful that path 9 will, because that's what I tried to jump on. Oh no, now I gotta do the scroll down. Wow, this is really slowing things down. I don't know if this is game lag or if it's lag because of my iPad. I feel like it's game lag. But whatever it is, annoying. It's annoying when it takes so long to get down to your characters, and then of course you keep on hitting them and it takes them to that information screen. It doubles the annoyance. It's like plus 500 annoyance. Have the highest rate of irritable bowel syndrome. Is that because they like refuse to? No, I think it's definitely cause, because they like hold it in during Alliance quest or Alliance war, and they have to go to the toilet. I don't know. Actually, it's so nice to play the game in the toilet too. So I think it'd be the opposite. I think they'd like spend more time staying in the toilet. Let's see, day 1, 14 mil for map 6, 17 mil for map 7. Yeah, I guess it's true. That would be 10 times more points for map 7. But I guess with the milestones, the difference should be that much. If it was 10 times more points, that would be like just blow the roof off the milestones that you got. Because yeah, I think map 7 was supposed to open up the top levels of milestones, but times 10 would. I guess I don't know how the milestones scale, but 10 times 10 seems like it would be way too much. But again, I really don't know anything about points and scoring. I'm just sort of like here to do my lane and take orders, and that's my role. I'm not one of the big thinkers of this alliance, that's for sure. In fact, I might be the like lowest level thinker. I wonder how all the people got Sinister liking him in my alliance. I haven't seen anything about him, so probably people haven't played him yet that much. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Actually, the only thing I really like about Sinister, okay, there's 2 things that look awesome. One was that he has that that reverse buff on the SP1, but that's pretty sweet. And the second thing is his he can block unblockable attacks. You got all the thinking covered, I assume. Good, that's good, Heisenberg. Yeah, I feel like you're one of the big thinkers of our alliance. Yeah, it's great. It's good. More thinking for you, less thinking for me. It's like win-win. I can just sit here and happily play this game and be in this mega powerful alliance, just raking in big awards without having to do all the heavy lifting that all the officers do. Man, being an officer, yeah, I just couldn't do it. I don't know if I could. I don't know if I'm smart enough to know this game, but you know, well enough to know these intricacies that you need to know in order to be an officer. You know, yeah, like defensive placements. If I was saying out defense, I mean, we would get 0 kills every war, just because I'd have no idea what I was doing, or no idea like who's the best champion on which node. I'd be making all sorts of like ridiculous choices, and then we'd be the laughing stock of the community without terrible defense. So best I stay away from those things. The working man's thinker. Yep, I guess so. I could think he's maybe the thinking man's thinker. He's not only is he a thinker, but other thinkers seem to like his thinking too. So it's cool. I love watching thinkers and all of their information they give. I mean, it's just like, you know, just like watching a brilliant composer talk about his music. You know, you just get all this like information that you never would think or consider. You're like, oh, it's just like good sounding music, but they've constructed these pieces with all these chords that reflect well off each other and all that other stuff. And so, yep, no, it's cool, the people who really analyze this game. We definitely have our share of them in For Loki. You know, Cam or Dubes especially. I mean, those two guys, they just seem to know everything. All these little details that are so, like, I would never pick up on at all. They just have totally figured out. And I assume it's because they're really intentionally like testing these things. You know, I barely have enough patience to do my Alliance War, my arena, and that's like, yeah, it's all the time I can dedicate. It's already a lot of time. But yeah, actually my most successful YouTube video was one I did a long time ago where I was trying to look and see what was the better thing, perfect block or putting 4 points in the physical resistance mastery. And so the charge stealer, oh, did Dube snake one of your charges? Oh man, that's a dreaming move. He's probably been watching too many dreaming streams. Yeah, it's I did that to Art in the map in the first week of map 7. I remember there was, well, it was right at the very beginning of a lane we sort of share. There was there's a vision, so he had a beautiful like Avengers and tech charge, and yeah, I mean, to do some serious negotiating to decide who got that one. But oh no, down with Dubes, man, yeah, I mean, that might be the lowest of the low to steal another man's charge, especially, oh, the person I snaked the best was Cam. So then by the second or third day, the lanes got changed up. And so I was on path 1, and right below me on path 2 on section 2 was Cam. And so we both ended up, we were waiting for an Ultron. And I thought to myself, well, it's section 2 by now. I mean, everyone has all the charges. I think I had 3 at that one point, but I didn't have the evade charge. So of course, I was looking at Ultron. I was like, oh man, look at that tasty evade charge. And so I sort of figure, oh, okay, Kate, well, thank you very much for joining. Always good to see you, and look forward to seeing you in the morning. And so Cam was sitting there waiting too, but I just had figured that he was in the same state I am, probably had like 3 charges, and you know, probably need the evade charge too, but with all things being equal, I figured, well, whoever like went to the fight first would get it. So of course, you know, the fight came open. I went in with my Korg, or my Corvus. Actually, I don't even think I got the charge just because he died too quickly, so it was a big waste. And then Cam messaged me. He's like, well, I don't have any charges. I don't have tech or evade. Thanks a lot, man. And so I felt like a jerk for snaking it. I'm sure I was suitably apologetic. I just paused for a second. Got a cough here. Tonight, my favorite midnight snack is popcorn. So I just like devoured a bunch of popcorn right before streams, which means of course I have like 1 million popcorn kernels floating around in my throat, which yeah, every now and then attack it. So as I said, oh yes, I had snaked it from Dubes, and then only to learn that I think he had like 1 charge or 0 charge, and was really looking for what you call it, a Corvus charge, and I took it from him. So I went past 7. Let's just say, Dale, I went past 7 to. Ha! That's great. Oh man, that's some serious snaking. But nice job. Yeah, the things you'll do to get a mission for Corvus, I totally agree. It's worth it. And you get a couple of missions with that guy, and he is just such the beast. Like day 5, I'm still just like cranking through characters with my 3 mission Corvus. Just too powerful. But now I'm not sure if it's intentional or not. Now my path is like really Corvus and friendly. I start with a Mystic. It's a Heimdall, so I guess I could get a charge, but getting that auto block is not so easy. And after that's Hyperion, so no charge. And after that it is Venom next, so no charge. And then Angela, so no charge. And then Nightcrawler, I could get 2 charges to get the evade. Okay, Meta, thank you for stopping by and bringing all these fine folks. Have a good night, and I'll see you soon. And yeah, it was, what's the word? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, now it's like Corvus unfriendly. And Brawl on the other hand too. Brawl, Corvus, I'm sure I could play him well with Brawl, but it sort of like slows down all the fight and the sequences, so the sequencing. So I'm sort of, whoops, I totally just lost Reflector. Hang on a second. Sorry everyone, if it's totally frozen. Let me just get Reflector back in action. Just quit sometimes for no apparent reason. Let's see. Yeah, it does it really well, this stream setup, but there's always a little bit of yeah, a little bit of technical difficulty sometimes. Okay, so reconnect this all, and let's see. Okay, so we should be back. Let's see if that's true. Everything's looking good. Okay, sorry about that. Back we are. Let's see. Okay, on to the grinding. Getting close to be done. Just got to get a few more rounds. Make it 2 million and be done. Compared to the Tier 2 Alpha, was it 1.6? 1.6 flies by. It seems like it's doing the opposite of flying. Earlier tonight I had the Old Man Logan opponent team. So I had a 3-star, a 4-star, and a 5-star. That's fighting in that's my opponent in Arena. They look really cool. Yeah, some people would like Old Man Logan. He's slightly above average, but maybe that's about it. Actually has a pretty cool fighting style. But yep. He would never make it, well, I shouldn't say never, but highly improbable he'll ever make it out of rank 3. Now, Wasp, on the other hand, she is awesome. I love this mechanic where you can attach the heavy to the end of the combo and it crits no matter what. Oh man, what a cool character. She is yep, super fun to play, and she just makes such short work of champions too. And then, so what I'm talking about, characters I'm playing with, Beast. He is like the poor man's Ghost Rider. I heard him once described because he has that, you know, if you get the freestyle ability, he has that, you know, what you call it, the healing off various combos. So yeah, that's really cool. So my goal tonight is I hope I am able to finish this arena, and I'll be right at another Energy for Alliance quest, and then I can do one more move, fight that Juggernaut, assuming he has been freed up, and then 26 minutes, yeah, that's about right. No, that's perfect, 26 minutes. I usually try to go to bed at midnight, and so it'll be right around midnight, so it'll be perfect. But yep, we got to finish this off, and hopefully he's unlinked. That's always the big part. I think there's a couple of links that have to go down Alliance Quest before Juggernaut comes free. It's not that so bad, because either one or two things will happen even if I go to bed before it. He's finished. One is that a lot of paths go through that Juggernaut, so someone else would fight him, or just be there in the morning, which is fine too, because he's not linked to anything. So either way, it's low stress. It's just nice to get one more move in Alliance Quest at least before I go to bed. I always feel a little guilty because I go to bed right before the end of section 1, and then by the time I wake up, it seems like section 2 is like half complete. So, you know, my time frame is definitely significantly different than most of my alliance, since they're all in the States. But yeah, it seems to work out fine. It seems like that I wake up, I can have my 5 energy, and I can get a good chunk of section 2 finished, and then sort of as that's happening, everyone else is finishing up section 2 before they go to sleep, so they're working on finishing. And since I'm awake, I can sort of just jump in as needed as my links get free. And then section 2 ends, and I sort of move on to section 3, and that's where I sort of just have to wait for everyone to wake up again. But again, it's fine. It seems to work out really well. So yeah, I'm glad. I was a little worried that my time zone, like in a map 6, it seems like there was a, I sort of did the middle paths, which were great because I did have to take one fight link, but I basically could finish my middle path, which was pretty short compared to the other one, before everyone else did, because they're doing such longer paths on the outside. And then I'd wake up and I could go right into section 2 again pretty well. I was on another middle path. I was on a path that didn't have too many links, or actually too many people weren't dependent on me clearing for their links. There's another one of those paths that just was right in the middle of it, and so yeah, that was yeah, it worked out perfectly. And then again, section 3 is fine because I was on one of the outside paths, but since I was awake, I could head right to it. And it's one of those paths where the links didn't really happen to the end. I was actually sharing with Cade and Taters, and so I could do a lot of the moves, get pretty far down that path. And it was nice because I also was able to open up the path for other people too. They could use my trail to move down it without using energy. So yeah, that's great. It was such a sweet setup. It's like the perfect setup for a European-based time zone player in Alliance Quest. Now it's not nearly so friendly, but no, it seems like it's worked out fine. I don't hold anyone up, and yeah, I can help out the Alliance get everything cleared. I mean, really, it seems like we're clearing like map 7 with no problems whatsoever. Like even map 6, I would say we probably average like 2 hours left on the timer, but now it seems like we usually have finished map 7 with like 5 hours. I mean, so many people just fight links that they don't need to wait for other people, so we just go like get your energy and just cruise through your path, and that's it. But yeah, no, map 7 was fun. I'm definitely having a good time on it, and so far it's working out well for the Alliance, so that's the best. And yeah, just got to keep on clearing it, getting all those rewards, and just keep on figuring out all the good champs for each node, for each path. I feel like this iteration we've definitely gotten hits more by the tricky paths, like the ones with all the Spider-Verse characters threw us for a loop. And I mean, I'm doing section 1's the same path, but I have 2 new paths, and they're degeneration paths, which I just hate degeneration. It's just like just losing damage for no reason other than you lose damage. It's just yeah, what can I say? That's why I have Blade and Ghost Rider, just so I can regen away, because without them, yeah, I feel like I'd lose so much damage just as it got eaten by the degeneration, and I think it would get me even if I played perfectly. Like unavoidable damage. I mean, I guess that's why it's good to game balance it with regeneration champions, but it's one of these things that is yeah, sometimes a little bit, so it's hard to say what will happen first when I get through my fights. Let's see, 1.78, pretty close. Maybe 3 more rounds, I think. Let's see. Let's see if I can like scroll down. Oh man, I hate when the scroll gets so slow. Scrolls. That's the problem. They've invaded my iPad. Let's go. Oh man. Yeah, this would drive me crazy if I have to deal with this too much longer. Finally got to my characters. Okay, it's a pretty good group of characters. I should have put that Nebula in with Proxima, just so I got that cool synergy, but yeah, I don't know if the time it would have taken to do that would have been worth it. Yeah, I like Phoenix a lot. She's just such a cool gameplay. It's just simple, but it's pretty neat. I always just parry, build up her Phoenix charges if the Furies get really high, then use her SB1 to get rid of them. And then the SB1 then also builds up the power based on how many Phoenix charges she has. So it brings you basically right to an XP3 right when you're like getting maximum charges like this. Well, yeah, I know, Dale. It's definitely changing. The power of the champions has no doubt have increased a lot. Yeah, 30 rounds now will give me 2. It's quite nice. But yeah, maybe soon they'll beef it up again. I don't know. I feel like Arena. I feel like you don't hear anything about it, but I sort of instinctually feel like it's getting ready or should have a reboot. I mean, you know, we had like the 5-star arena come out, and then we had the added bonuses to the basic and the alpha catalyst, and so I guess there's no reason I think that other than maybe I'm misremembering how short it is since they made these changes. But yeah, the rosters are growing quickly. I mean, just with all the shards you get from quests and offers. I mean, you know, I've been keeping track of my 5-star shards, my 5-star openings, crystal openings, and I had 20 in January. I mean, some of those are dungeon crystals too, and some of them are offers, and a few of them are featured Grandmaster. I think I actually got 2 off featured Grandmaster and Symbiote Supreme. I bought 10, and the very first one I opened, I got the 5-star Symbiote. Hello, Auden. Welcome back. Did not know you were gone, but happy to have you back. Just cruising here till we get 2 million, and then hopefully that brings us right to Alliance Quest. We'll peek over there as soon as we get to 2 million. See what we're doing. 17 minutes to my next energy. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, maybe it's time for a little bit of a buff to Arena. I'd really like to see having a like sort of 5-star basic. So we had the 5-star feature, but imagine sort of like you did in the old one, having a 5-star basic. Like they just start going through all the 5 stars of old times and having them to, maybe that's too many 5 stars. That might be a little too ridiculous, but yeah, it'd be it'd be pretty cool. And it also started like if we had 2 5 stars in the arena at one time, like again, the 5 stars are a little ridiculous. Or maybe a better buff would be, as opposed to having 2 5 stars going at the same time, you could open up a little bit the ranked rewards. Thanks. There's a great story behind that 5-star Heimdall. The great story is I had a Skill Awakening gem for like, I felt like I had it forever, like 2 years. It's probably like 2 months, but I just, a long time ago, got a 5-star Awakening gem that was Skill, and then Core came out. I was like, oh, this is the one. This is the absolute champion I'm going to get for and use this gem on. And so I was just too lazy to do arena, so I went whale style and just started opening up tons of featured Grandmaster crystals. And oh man, sweet. You know, as you can see, mine is the opposite of maxed. He's very bare. And so yeah, so I like opened up a bunch, and I ended up getting 3 5 stars, and they all were Heimdalls. So I got Heimdall, and then I awakened him twice, and then I can't remember. I think it was either 90 or 100 featured Grandmaster crystals I'd opened. I think it was 100, because I think I'd sort of put that as my limit. I said, okay, I'm not going to open more than 100 to get this Korg. I mean, he was just such a great character and such a great defender, and I had that gem, and so I think my last 10, I opened them up. I remember looking, I was just popping at this point, and at the last 10, I opened them, popped them, and I saw one new. I was like, yes, thank God. I put all this money into it, and I got him. And I scrolled to the end of the reel, and it was a 5-star Gambit, which was the first time I pulled him. Oh, I was so upset. And then just because I won the character so badly, then I went to the arena and grinded for him, and I put up like 70 million, and you know, it cost me another like 2 Odins, 3 Odins of work. So, yep, Korg, crazily expensive character, but he did well for us in the Alliance War for a long time. So, yeah, everyone loves Aegon so much. Well, I don't have him awakened, so I would say it's hard to get into him if he's not awakened. But yeah, the Labyrinth of Legends videos I've seen with him, I saw him take down Thing in War. I mean, boy, he seems like he, once you get him going, once you ramp him up, he is just incredible. Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, I think you're right, Dale. I think it's hard to find a good place to use him at 565. I mean, he's super fun and interesting, but yeah, he doesn't really have a great use of the game. Sort of like Proxima has the True Strike, so even though she like takes a big ramp up, at least she also has that True Strike mechanic too. So that's gonna be really useful when you find characters with any type of auto block or evade, where Aegon doesn't quite. Yeah, it doesn't have something like that that's sort of good without him having to build up his combo a lot. But yeah, Labyrinth of Legends 2 comes out. I bet there'll be plenty of rank 5 Aegons lying about. I should have used the SP2. Let's just see if we can get him close. Okay, so I tried to do my SP1, but he beat me with his SP. I wonder if an interesting character would be, maybe this would be too hard to make in a game, where you could actually choose which special you could throw. So if you had 3 bars of power, you could choose SP like 1 or 2. Maybe an interesting mechanic. Maybe it's too hard to design that in the game, too big a change. I mean, they're doing a good job of coming up with interesting things. These new characters, I guess they don't really need my help. But okay, 1.92. Come on, last one. Or I'm going to get the curse, the 1.99 curse. It's like, it seems to always happen that you just barely miss getting the milestone, and you have to go do one more round. Not that it's that bad, you get a few more battle chips, which is always helpful. Oh, the scrolling, the scrolls, they're attacking. Yeah, it's making this arena grind too painful. Come on now, getting closer. Let's see if we put in some fun champions. It's like I have a lot of fun champions right at the bottom of my roster, which I like to play, but I don't get them until now. So Captain America Infinity War's fun. Taskmaster's fun. Let's go Domino, she's fun. That's a good little team. Taskmaster, he's one of those characters I like, even though I would never do anything with him. It's just sort of like an interesting character to me. Oh man, look at these choices. Korg, Stark, or Blade. I guess we'll go Blade since Domino is great with her. With him, I mean. Captain America Infinity War. Almost was rank 5. It's between him and Omega Red. And just because I thought I was going to be running Suicide so much Alliance quests, I chose Omega Red, but now that's not true, so probably should have gone with Cap. I still might rank 4 him. I could rank 4 a character now if I wanted to have enough resources, but I'll start holding off to the next level up event since when I ranked 5 Omega, I took him from rank 3, so I used so yeah, easily crushed the last level up event. I wonder what it takes to become like number 1 in a level up event. I mean, I ranked him up from 5-star from 3-star to 5-star. So I mean, that's a huge rank up. And even then, I was like still in like the 21 to 40% bracket, which I guess not surprising. But hey, Ricochet, thanks for stopping by. It's great having you here. Have a nice afternoon or evening. So buongiorno or bonsoir. So yeah, so I can't imagine, like, they happen so much. Someone who gets number 1, I mean, like, did they hold off enough resources to do 2 rank 5s and that gets them number 1? Even them, I feel like they wouldn't. But I guess that'd be sort of an interesting, what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting, like, quest to try to get a rank 1 in one of the events. I guess it'd be something like, maybe the best would be if it was a like tech combat and you just committed for 6 hours straight of playing like not even arena but like Road to the Legends. Oh no, it happened. I got 1.99, 1.995. So 9, as the Germans would say, 9. This is schrecklich. Oh well. Okay, one more round. Oh, 8 minutes on the timer. Okay, we'll go see what Alliance Quest is looking like. Everyone might get to see me do one more fight against that crit me, hit me with your best crit. Was it crit me with your best shot? No. Always fun. And then it's time to sleep because it is 23:57. Oh, and I got 1 in the Alliance War, so I can jump over Path 9, continue my quest for MVP. I gain the highest percentage cleared. Okay, it's the Gwens. Is there 3 Gwens in this game? If there was, I could have the Gwen team. We got Gwenpool, we got Gwenpool, Spider-Gwen. And we need one more Gwen. Who the other Gwen would be, and that's it. And then it would be perfect. The Gwen team. Is Gwenpool and Spider-Gwen. I know Spider-Gwen from, of course, the movies and the comics. I don't know if I ever saw Gwenpool. I feel like she's like an obscure character. So, but I assume she's the same Gwen as Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen Gwen. It's like saying Spider-Man Man, I guess. It sort of makes sense, but sort of doesn't at the same time. Let's get her new SP1 in action. Oh no, did I just get hit by that? I wasn't paying attention. SP1 time. Nope, missed it. Just a little out of control here. That's what happens when it gets late. It's like you're, oh no, I'm gonna get wrecked. Oh no, come on. No, I forgot that she can't parry her, and I got heavied. Well, that was terrible. It's still at 1.99. Yep. Talk about some bad playing. Okay, go on. Time to take care of this Red Hulk. Yeah, reading builds bad habits when playing. It's like you just rush in there, you don't really care. I find like if I go sometimes right for arena into something like Alliance War, Alliance Quest, that I carry those bad habits with me, and it's definitely caused some deaths in my playing. Okay, that's it. But I always like to keep the streak going, though, even though it doesn't matter. I could just quit this last fight, and it wouldn't matter. Something about it. I guess the 20 battle chips I'll get for winning this fight makes me want to do it seriously. Not tank it, as they say. Oh, I knew he was going to throw that special. I thought I could rush an area. Maybe intercept him, but instead, special to the face. Let's get rid of the power sting. Oh no, I got another special. Oh man, I might lose my streak anyway. Not looking so good. See if this special kills him. Yep. Okay. There it is. Hooray. 2 mil. Okay. Well, I'm really low on battery too, so I'm a little worried that I'm going to go into Alliance Quest, run out of battery, so I might not be able to do it. Actually, I have my little like power. What is this thing called? It's like a power pack here, sitting here by my desk. Oh yeah, I mean, I totally agree, Mary. It's just like a button mash fest where you just go in there and just mash away the buttons, trying to win the fight and not really caring if I get hit 20 times or not. Okay, let's see. So we want to go to, let's go to align. Actually, let's go to continue. Let's claim 1, claim 2. Look at those. Nice. Tier 4 basic. Let's go look at fights. Get a message. I wonder what that message should be. Probably some milestone, some arena. Okay, let's go to the Alliance War first. Let's make another move. Continue on our quest for MVP. Let's see how we're doing. Hopefully someone's ported across, that way I don't have to use any energy. I can get an extra move in. But if I get jump on path 9, no one else is going to go over path 9 in front of me, so I should get all the completion. Of course, we might not ever get there. Come on, screens. Boy, the game is running slow. Slow. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's check and see how it's going first. Art of Chaos is, oh man, an Omega and Cam. Oh god, those guys. Look at that. Look at that Blade team. Silver, red, and gold. Still think my team's the best. I think I'm in big trouble. I don't think I'm going to get MVP. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, those guys still have a lot to go. It's bad news if Cam's already on 13%. Okay, looks like path 9 is open for me. Off we go. Teleport. So I go take all my energy. Yep. Okay, that's it for tonight. And let's see how we're doing. Alliance Quest. 3 minutes. Let's see if that node's even close to being down. This might not matter. Might be the end. Let's see how we're doing. Alliance Quest. Will the Juggernaut be down or not? The answer is he gold or is he purple? You might never know. Oh, these loading screens are probably so chancy playing the game when things are moving so slowly. We will see, we will see. We might not see. Oh man, what's going on? If it's Kabam servers or my servers. Oh. Yeah, this does not bode well for trying to fight, even if it is clear. Okay, well. Well, this might be it. Oh, there it is. Not clear. It doesn't look too close to being cleared. Yep, well, I'll probably just use my 1 energy, move across to see what the incoming node is. Maybe it's not so bad. Camping boost. Oh, it's the same thing. Crit me with your best shot. Is that possible? So it's just 150% champion boost? Huh, okay, well, that doesn't seem too bad. And the 150% extra health is always a little scary. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. We will do it. 1 minute left. Why not? Megan shouldn't be that bad of fighting with the extra health. Is that true? Is that with her? Let's double check. I really feel like something's suspicious. Champion is creating your best shot. I feel like something's weird. Okay. You know, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna do it. Oh, I know. So 1-2 though. Okay, well let's take a risk. Let's try it, and you know, if it's disaster, then we'll chalk up to a lesson learned. You know, cost us a revive potion, and that'll be fine. Okay, we're gonna go do 4 more minutes. So let's check and see what we got for mail. Enough is enough. Enough games. So what is this? What is this message? Old men thinking they can control everything. Even an elder can't control the inevitable. There's some spooky stuff right there. I sort of like these messages. They make I don't know, they just show a good sense of humor, a good bit of build up. Okay, 30 seconds until Jugs time. So yeah, crit move is his best shot. I guess there's no way I can really up the crit on any of my characters. I mean, again, with Danger Sense, it seems like Blade does pretty well. 150% extra, yeah, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. Doubling his health, but not so much. 9 days, I know, 6.1. I'm excited. Okay, everyone, here's the last thing we're going to do tonight. Let's take down this Juggernaut. Let's see. Just double check again. Make sure there's nothing I'm missing. Crit me with your best shot, crit me with your best shot. Okay, same node twice, so I'm just assuming that it will not have any effect other than the one effect. Okay, big experiment coming. I wonder if bleeds cause damage. Oh, well, I guess we'll find out. I can't remember. Let's go, blade. Will make him bleed? No. I guess the bees don't do any damage. Nope, no damage from bleeds. Okay, let's get the heavy. Not the heavy, the special. And speaking of specials. Oh no, is he not taking any damage? Or he did? What's happening? Oh man, maybe I got this crazy bug they're talking about. Uh-oh. It's not looking good. Not looking good. Something's wrong. Maybe it's because he has the 2 buffs up. That's funny they were talking about. Okay. Oh yeah, he does heal that. Huh. Okay, well that's so good. I wonder if I bet something in this mechanic of having these 2 debuffs on. You know what? Oh no, now it's unblockable? Okay, well, guess what, everyone? You are going to witness me timing out because I will just let it go down to 144 and back out of this fight. Yeah, something's really strange. You could tell. You could tell that that I was not. Oh, he has healing or something weird like that. Oh, it must be the double crits. Yeah, the nodes, it was what you call it? It was double crit me with your best shot. Because I fought him linked. And I saw someone post in Alliance chat that there's something strange with this fight. And I think that's it. There must be some strange mechanic with 2 of them that are linked. Oh. Okay, well this was an exciting moment to end on, but that is it for me. It is time for sleep, so thank you everyone for joining. So this is frENZOne of the Alliance for Loki. Wishing everyone bonne journée, guten Abend, and good night. Bye bye.